Well, usually I'd probably laugh in the faces of Nebraska fans and anyone that actually thought they were going to be good this season. But let's be honest. Did anybody think they were going to be any good this season? I mean, we all knew who Nebraska was. This wasn't any type of shock for me. I predicted them to lose this game, and I predicted them to lose this game today. Like, even in my predictions, I predicted them to lose to Illinois, and I was right. They lost to Illinois. And, man, golly. So, the first thing I'll say is that Illinois actually does look quite a bit better this season. They, have a running game. They have three running backs who all have pretty good games today. And yeah, sorry about this. I'm kind of sick right now. But let's see. There isn't much else to cover with Illinois. Although it is very fortunate that their starting quarterback went down. Hopefully he's not too injured. It looked like a hip injury to me because he was or a shoulder injury, but because he was holding on to this when he went down. But either way, I'm hoping that he makes a quick recovery because it's never any good for any player to go down with an injury. That goes for the refs too. Even though the refs for like half of their calls sucked, I I hope they recover. I hope they do because I mean, like what, like 2-3 refs went down in this game. It was a bloodbath, let me tell you. Players and refs and just everybody's getting injured left and right. It didn't look like much like really bad things happened. I know Illinois did lose their starting quarterback, which makes it all the more confusing that Nebraska lost this game. You know, they had plenty of chances to come back. Illinois kind of lost their drive going into the third and the fourth quarter. This kind of just started to linger a bit and kind of let Nebraska get by. You know, Nebraska got a couple of big plays, which those are honestly miracles because we all know Adrian Martinez can't throw a freaking football. I gotta say, I find it extremely ironic that Adrian Martinez wears the number 2 jersey. Because he looks exactly to me like Jarrett Germinamo. Looks exactly like him. I mean, he can run around the field. He can, I gotta run away because my offensive line sucks. Well, no, that's not an excuse. Illinois' offensive line played way worse than Nebraska's O-line. Just Adrian Martinez couldn't figure out where his receivers were. There'd be a receiver downfield and he'd chuck it 10 yards ahead of where his receiver is. The most accurate pass I saw him make was one where he threw and the receiver started running way faster and was able to catch onto it. It's a miracle pass. He had to throw freaking Hail Marys just to complete a pass. So yeah, Jarrett Germinamo. That's all there is to say about that. He's literally Jarrett Germinamo. Adrian Martinez, wow. Talk about Scott Frost, wow. You know, he goes from UCF to Nebraska. Oh, Nebraska's going to be really, they're going to wait until the 2020 or 2021 season. Nebraska, you already know they're going to be the real deal. They're going to be one of the best teams we've seen in college football. They will be officially back. What happened? They haven't made a bowl game. Scott Frost has yet to make a bowl game at Nebraska. That's sad. Really sad. Even Jeremy Pruitt managed to make a bowl game and won it against Indiana, a team in the Big Ten that Nebraska couldn't beat. That's funny, isn't it? I mean, it's honestly really funny. And Scott Frost, what a joke. What a total joke Scott Frost is. I just don't understand how in the world Nebraska can sit there and be like, yeah, he's still pretty good. We haven't made a bowl game in a while, and he kind of never lived up to his promises. He's been overhyped every year, but hey, it's Scott Frost. You guys are idiots, honestly. I don't get it. And now you all lost to Illinois. You start out 0-1 in a game that, if you wanted to make a bowl game this season, that was a game that you needed to win, and you didn't. So you start out 0-1. You're not going to a bowl game. So you might as well fire him right now and just pray that you find somebody going into the season. And this would be a good time for it, because if you fire him now, you have plenty of time to find the right guy, Because, I mean, for coaches that are going to get fired, that'll be towards the end of the season, and by that point, that's when everybody will be searching for head coaches. But now you got an open lane, you got a chance to find you somebody. So, take from that what you will, Nebraska, but yeah, any chance that you had to make a bowl game, unless if Adrian Martinez basically gets benched, I don't see any opportunity of Nebraska making a bowl game. All right, that's just how it is. Well, now that we're past that, I guess the game of the week, considering the fact that there's only 5 games this week, that was the game of the week. That was a close game. Everything else has been just a complete massacre. UCLA is currently giving it to Hawaii in a way that I cannot say on YouTube. And the same thing can be said about Fresno State and UConn, although this was to be... This wasn't shocking in the least. Fresno State, I mean, they're not a perennial world beater, but UConn is a total joke. They'll only win 1 game all season, and they'll win against Vanderbilt by 80 points, because Vanderbilt is just a complete and utter disappointment and humiliation to the SEC. But that's beside the point. I digress from that point. Anything else? Looking at my notes right there, the 5 games. UTEP plays late tonight, 9:30. I mean, there's no point in me making a video on the UTEP game, because, like, you can't see it. It's literally not even going to be televised, not even on ESPN Plus. You can't watch it anywhere. Stupid. What a joke. Then San Jose State and Southern Utah, that one doesn't start until like 11 o'clock at night. That one's going to be going when everyone in the Eastern time zone is asleep. So, yeah, we all know for a fact there's going to be approximately maybe 1 person watching that game. I don't know who that person is, probably the people who are recording, which, I mean, if there's nobody recording the UTEP game, it's unlikely that they're recording that game either. Imagine being so underlooked that you don't even get televised. I call that Tartarian playoff worthy, but again, I digress. So that pretty much wraps up week 5. Shout out to Illinois, because I did pick them to beat Nebraska, and I'm recording all of my games, and so far I'm 3-0. I picked UCLA to win, and I picked Fresno State. So yep, 3-0. We got UTEP playing. If they do not win this game, I'm going to be very upset with UTEP. But, you know, UTEP is... I like UTEP. I don't want UTEP to struggle. I want UTEP to win every game, which they probably will, because it's UTEP. UTEP's going to win the national championship against Illinois, because we all know that they are the college football champions of the world. No discussion required. And then San Jose State should win against them. So that's pretty much wraps up my thoughts about week 0. So, yeah, the next game is, I believe, Wednesday. It's UAB and Jacksonville State, 2 teams that I think it could be an interesting game. And honestly, that I'm gonna roll with UAB in that one, but I wouldn't be. I'd be a little disappointed if Jacksonville State won, because of course I want to get every game of my picks right, but who knows? By the way, unfortunately, the Squid Tard podcast, you know, that thing I did a couple of years ago, I did in the 19 and 20 season. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do that this season. It was fun while it lasted, but I just do not have the time, the preparation, and all that. But going into the 19 and 20 season, you know, I was doing school, and that was about it. I wasn't working at the time, and I wasn't in college. Right now, I'm in both college, and I'm working right now, so... Yeah, I'm doing 3 different things at once. I'm trying to contribute to the movie. I just do not have the time for Squid Tard Podcast and to set that up. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. But, hey, I'll still let you guys know about which games I pick, who I think's going to win them. I just won't be doing those podcasts anymore. Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. So, I will see you guys Wednesday, because we get to see... We get to see my Volunteers absolutely destroy, dominate, and eat the cheeks out of Bowling Green. So yeah, that's going to be entertaining. Until then, we'll see you guys in the next video. And again, shout out to Illinois. We all know they're the national champions this season. See ya.